Controversies around this year's Labour Party conference continue to escalate as we now have an anti-Jewish diplomat who's been invited by Keir Starmer's Labour Party. Alright, while the liberal mainstream media and the globalist establishments continue with their one-sided narrative in the past where they basically blamed everything on Jewish people and everything is black and white. So if you criticize Hamas, that means you love the Israeli government. No, you can still criticize the Israeli government. You can absolutely criticize Netanyahu as well. But you don't have to say that Jewish people don't have a right to exist. And that's the line. That's supposed to be the humanity line. But anyway, in this video, we're going to talk about this man, Hussam Zomlot, who is a, self-appointed ambassador of Palestine to the UK. Essentially, he advances the mission, the Palestinian mission in the United Kingdom. He's a diplomat. He claims that the Jews had it coming. Yeah, the last couple of days, what's been happening? Because, it's their fault. So when somebody invades your home, it's your fault. That's just how it works these days. That's the logic we're having. This man is going to be sharing a platform, this conference, with David Lammy. David Lammy is a lover of Davos and Bilderberg. David Lammy has been hanging out with a lot of people with a vested interest in the Middle East. Coincidentally. And David Lammy is going to potentially be our next foreign secretary. Now, we know that the globalist elite have been very close to the Arabs because of oil and the money that they've had. And they change the narrative on a regular basis, depending on who they like and what they want. So one day they are pro-Israel, the next day they're anti-Israel. So we'll see what David Lammy does alongside this man, sharing a platform. Lovely, David Lammy. This is the event we are speaking about. This is Tuesday, tomorrow, 10th of October at 7:30 p.m. Annual Palestine reception. Okay. We are delighted to invite you to the annual Palestine reception. There will be a special guest like David Lammy, who's Shadow Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs, and then the Palestinian ambassador, Hussam Zomlot, and the medical aid for Palestinian CEO, Melanie Ward. Yeah. So that's what we're going to have at Labour Party conference. This controversy has put a lot of pressure on Keir Starmer. The problem we have is everybody's Puritan, as I said earlier. You either have to love or hate the Israeli government. You don't have to. You could just say, I don't want people to lose their lives. There are innocent Arabs who've also been oppressed by Hamas and Hezbollah on the other side. Nobody talks about that. This is Absama Begum, another nutter, hard left MP, who's been seen at their alongside, obviously, in the name of solidarity with Palestine. That's how the left have been doing this. Language. The language matters. The political left have been doing this for decades and decades. For example, they say compassion. If you're not a socialist, you're not compassionate. Feminism. If you're not a feminist, that means you hate women. Free Palestine. If you don't say that, that means you just hate Arabs and Muslims or whatever. So they make everything into a black and white, like Black Lives Matter. If you criticize it, that means you hate black people. They always do that with words. And some people fall for it. Some people always fall for it. Like there are some people who are technically right-wing or not left-wing, but they've fallen for the narrative. Say, Free Palestine, that sounds nice. Oh, did they tell me? Oh, the media told me that the Israelis have occupied Palestine. Yeah, just because the media and the education system told you something doesn't mean you have to believe everything you hear. It's not black and white. There's a long history behind it. And of course, with all the negotiations that are happening over the last few decades, both sides have messed up. Both sides made mistakes. We know that. But one side want to eliminate the other side. That's the difference. So Absama Begum is also having some controversies around being seen with those people, but it's not really a surprise. We'll keep you guys posted because later on we're going to talk about more clashes outside the Labour Party conference between the pro-Palestine and pro-Israeli side. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.